Yeah, hello. Welcome once again to this very wonderful class. This is Tendercare Motorstolic online teaching. And of course, I'm here to take the grade 8 students, as you can see on the board. And the subject in particular for this very class is English language. Don't forget today's date is the 14th of May 2020. So we started with some of the tenses. I think, I believe strongly the last time I taught you present simple tense, and of course I taught you present continuous tense. So I want to believe I gave you work to do from home. I believe I asked you to write maybe 5 sentences each for present simple tense, under present simple tense and under present continuous tense. So without wasting much of the time, today we'll be dealing with, we'll be treating present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. So when we speak, before I go deeply into the topic for today, I just want to do a quick reminder for you guys on the previous subtopics under this very topic, tenses. We did we treated present simple tense. Present simple tense, just exactly the way it sounds, is a sentence written in a very simple way. Then when we speak of present continuous tense, we speak of using verb form 1 with ing. So for example, I am going to school. This is an example of present continuous tense. The word go plus ing makes it present continuous, and of course the word am here makes it a present tense, because it's just like you are walking on your way to school, on the road to school, and you met somebody and you are asked, where are you going? You tell the person, I am going to school, because it's something that will continue for either a period of time or for a particular point in time. So this is an example of present continuous. Of course, I would love to remind you of what we did about present simple. Like, I live in London. I live in London. That's an example of present simple. The word live is an action word that speaks about this very particular sentence. So, I live in London means I still live in London, okay? And I told you about the first singular, second singular subject, and of course the third singular. So when we speak of I, it's like the first singular subject, but when we speak of the second, for example, you live in London. So this is second singular subject. But if you are talking about the third, it means two people in the picture or in the scene at the same time talking about somebody else. For example, if I and you are together and we are talking about a girl who is not with us or who is around us, doesn't matter, we can use the pronoun she lives in London. Now, you see the difference? Now, the S has been added to the word live. You understand what I'm trying to say? So when we speak of third person, the verb will always carry S. So I think I tried to explain that to you. This is just a reminder of a quick one on what we did the last time. So going to what we're supposed to deal with today, which is present perfect continuous tense, is a build on what we've done before regarding present simple and present continuous. most importantly or particularly about present continuous. But this is present perfect continuous tense. What does it mean? This tense shows the part of something that started in the past and still continues in the present. So it means something that started before. And speaking of the present time, it still continued. It means that particular thing or action that took place is still happening. So we will see examples on how to, set up or create sentences under present perfect continuous tense. Now, in the last class, I gave you a formula for present simple and present continuous. So this is the formula you use or you can use to construct sentences under present perfect continuous tense. So this is subject S plus as or have plus being plus verb form 1 plus ing plus subject plus object, then plus the word for or since. Now, what are we insinuating or what are we trying to say? The word S stands for subject. That is why S is here. Plus as or have. I will tell you scenarios or situations that will make us use the word as or have. Plus been, B-E-E-N, plus verb form 1 plus ing plus plus O, that stands for object, then plus since or for. I will tell you when to use since and when to use the word for. When to use the word as well and when to use the word have. And it is very important for every present continuous tense, either just present continuous or present perfect, for you to have ing added to the verb form 1. Now, look at this. Note, for is used when that time is a period of time. I will explain that with some examples, but before then, let me just explain to you. For is used when that time is a period of time. When we say a period of time, from morning to the afternoon to the night time is a period of time, okay? But when we say a point in time, we speak of a particular time in the day, just the morning, for example, or just the afternoon, or just the evening. But when we speak of a period, it means it comprises or it goes along with all the periods of that very particular day. Morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Now, since is used when that time is a point in time. So there is definitely differences between a period of time and a point in time. When we speak of a period in time, we are talking about a length period of time. When we are talking about a point, it's not a long time, it's just a particular time. For example, when we speak of 1 p.m., it's a point in time in the afternoon. But when we speak of between 1 to 3 p.m., that is a period. Within 1 to 3, you can see we have some hours. So I will definitely break this down with examples so you understand better what I'm trying to say. So, examples. I have been, okay, let me just write it on a different line entirely. I have been waiting for the guests since morning. Now, I want you you to look at this very example very well. It says, I've been waiting for the guest. I've been waiting for the guest since morning. I would love to change the word since because it's very important for us to understand the key words. Since morning. Now, I've been waiting for the guests since morning. This simply means that the word morning is a point in time in that very day. It's a point in time. But when I say I've been waiting, I can use the word for here only if this word is not talking about a point in time. If it is talking about a period of time. Now, let me change it to something else and we'll say exactly what I'm trying to say. The same sentence, I have been waiting for the guests for 2 days. Now, I want you to get the difference between the two examples. You can see from what we have here, the first one says, I have been waiting for the guest since morning. Now, the second one that looks exactly like it, but not really exactly, I have been waiting for the guests for 2 days. Days shows a period of time. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, not a point in time. You can say a period of 2 days. A period of 2 days means it's not just 1 day. It's not a particular date. And it's not a particular time in that day. So we speak of a period of 2 days. This is why we use the word for. And when we speak of a point in time, we use the word since. Don't forget we are still dealing with present continuous tense. We will see further examples or more examples. You have been suffering from fever for 2 days. Now look at this. It's another example that shows a period of time. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we cannot say you have been suffering from fever since 2 days, because 2 days shows a period of time, not a point in time. He refused to pay his debt since 1970. Now, he refused to pay his debt since 1970. You can see 1970 is not just talking about any year. It's a particular year in years. So that is why we use the word since, because it's a point in time. Because a particular year has been mentioned in that sentence. So before the end of the class, I want to believe if you've got any question, you should do your best to prepare them. And I'll just repeat what I've explained again so that we can get it very well or perfectly. Present perfect continuous tense is the topic we are treating today. This tense shows the part of something that started in the past and still continues in the present. If you check all the examples we have on this side of the board, you will definitely see all of these actions we are talking about definitely have started in the past and still continues to the present. For example, I have been waiting for the guest for 2 days. It means you have yet to see the guest. So that means it's still happening to you right now for the fact that you've not been able to see the guest. And of course, the other one says you have been suffering from fever for 2 days. You can imagine what we are trying to say there. It means for 2 days you have been suffering, and it means at that point in time when the person is constructing the sentence, the person in question is still suffering from fever. So that is why we're saying this tense shows the part of something that started in the past and still continues in the present. And of course, I told you about the formula, which is subject plus has or have. We use have. I remember I told you we explained when to use has or have. For example, you can see here, I have, you have, okay? You understand what I'm trying to say? So when we use, or when we have third person, most times, for example, she, okay? You are talking about a particular person who is not on the same page or in the same picture with you. Now, let me use an example like that. She has been sleeping since morning. You see this? She has been sleeping since morning. Why? Because the word she is a singular subject and it goes with us. Okay? And of course, because it is referring to the third person in that sentence. She has been sleeping since morning. Okay? Now, the formula again says subject plus has or have plus been plus V1, that is verb form 1 plus ing plus the object. Now you know when to use since and when to use the word for. So before I go, I will give you a work to do from home, okay? So I want you to pay proper attention to what I'm going to give you to do right now from home. I'm just trying to go through what I will give you as question for the work to do. So I will rub off this part of the board so as to, get a space to write the work to do from home for you. So this is just more of a practice from home. So try to construct sentences under present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. using the word since. Then the B part of it says construct, then present perfect continuous tense using the word since. Oh no, for. First one is since. So that brings us to the end of the class, and by God's grace, peacefully we'll meet in the next class. Take care and God bless.